another special edition of Channel 6 Scoreboard. I'm Kelsey Williams and I'm joined by Mitchell Morgan and Michael Deere. Guys, thanks for joining me again.
Yeah,
it's always a pleasure.
A week off. The bye week is a little early this year, so it's been unusual having an early bye week.
Yeah.
But back to football. It's conference.
It's conference time, exactly right. The Bears had a bye week the first week, and now they're taking on Northwestern State, who are sitting at 0-3 with a loss to Southeastern Louisiana. Do you think they should be worried at all, or do you think they're just going to defeat them?
Well, I think it's going to be a good game. If you look at Northwestern State, they didn't play very well against Southeastern Louisiana their first game. They obviously got beat really bad by Mississippi State last weekend, but the coach said that he took a lot of positives from that game. Coach Campbell talked about they have two really huge defensive linemen, so that should pose some problems for UCA, especially with that running attack that's not really there. And the fact that Northwestern State can throw 4 quarterbacks at you that all have playing time, that all are really good, or can be really good, that can pose another problem for UCA because you kind of have to disguise your defense for all 4 quarterbacks and try to play around what Northwestern State's going to throw at you. So there's some problems there, but I think UCA has the ability to beat this team on the road and get their first conference win.
Both teams are struggling. This is a big game for both teams. UCA more so because it's the first conference game. They need it, I think, a little bit more than Northwestern State because I think UCA was predicted to be a little bit better than Northwestern State. Problems for Northwestern State in this game. UCA is probably going to go back to last year's game plan where they rushed for 324 yards against Northwestern State. That was Dominique Thomas's coming out party. I think UCA will go back to that game plan because the passing game has been subpar to say the least this season, with only a total of 15 points put up by the offense. So I think the running game will be an area of emphasis this week. Coach Campbell said the offensive line has to play better, and I think they're going to step up to the challenge. On the flip side, for UCA, like you said, several different quarterbacks you have to look at. They have a tailback, DeMar Lawrence, who missed the first game and has played well against Louisiana Lafayette and then Mississippi State. UCA's, I want to see Jonathan Woodard get involved. I talked to Coach Campbell about that, and I know it's tough because he's getting double teamed, he's getting chipped, and the opposing team has their focus on Jonathan Woodard. I just want to see a little bit more out of him. So for the Bears, it's going to be see if the defensive line can stop the running back and the quarterback play.
I think the defense should go into this game being really confident. I'm going to talk positive about the defense for a second because Northwestern State against Mississippi State, they had 13 third down and only had 1 conversion. They only got 1 first down out of 13 attempts, and that's excusable. And UCA should look at this as a kind of a going away, not really, just a good game for the defense, something that they should build their motivation on when they start playing bigger teams and better teams in the conference.
Well, we did see that when they played a bigger team, the defense really showed out against Oklahoma State University, which is really good for them. But talking about offense, like you just said, can we see Taylor Reed throwing more than 2 touchdown passes against Northwestern State defense?
I think he'll get 1. I think 2 would be the ceiling for me in this game just because I think the running game is going to be the emphasis.
I see him getting 2 passing touchdowns and maybe even a rushing touchdown. I think rushing, like you said, is going to be the big emphasis for this team. I think he can get a rushing touchdown, so I'm going to give him 3, 2 being passing.
All right, score prediction then. How are they going to go?
Oh, this game, okay, so we've been doing Scoreboard for a while now, and it seems that, to me at least, Northwestern State and UCA are really, really interchangeable in the conference standings. They're similar teams. Last year was 58-35. UCA won going away because they were able to run the ball in the second half. I think this is going to be a little bit closer. The Bears have been road tested. This is their 3rd straight road game. I think they pull it off. I think the special teams, once again, Matt Cummins, Jay Stinker, 31-30. Bears win on the late field goal.
Wow. I'm going with 31 as well for UCA, but I think it's going to be 31-21. I think Northwestern State just scores 3 touchdowns. That's it. But a 10-point victory for the Bears.
Well, taking into account that they've played tough teams, they beat them convincingly last time, I'm going to say they win by about 2 or 3 touchdowns. I think Taylor Reed's going to have a really big game this game. And
we'll be there, so it should be fun to
watch.
watch.
We're going to take the trip down to Northwestern State, so it'll be entertaining to say the least. Road tripping with you 2 fellas. But well, thanks Mitchell and thanks Michael for joining me. That's been another special edition of Channel 6 Scoreboard.